My name is Jake Carter. I'm a retired Army veteran, served 21 years, fought in 2 wars, and came home with a limp, a medal, and the kind of steel spine that only life in combat can forge. After my retirement, I bought a small home in a quiet neighborhood in Georgia. Just me, my dog, and a little peace of mind. Or so I thought. The trouble started with a ramp. You see, over time, my injuries made it harder to walk. I didn't want to admit it at first, but getting up and down the porch steps had become a challenge. So I did what any rational person would do. I hired a licensed contractor to build a simple, tasteful wheelchair ramp. Nothing flashy, just safe, solid, and clean. A week after it was installed, I got a letter from the HOA, violation of community aesthetic guidelines. Apparently, my ramp didn't fit the neighborhood's visual standards. I was given 7 days to remove it or start facing $250 daily fines. I honestly thought it was a mistake. I mean, I'm a disabled veteran. The ramp wasn't some eyesore. It was ADA compliant and matched the porch. So I called the HOA office, thinking we'd clear this up quickly. I explained my situation, told them about my service, that I wasn't trying to stir up anything. I just wanted to be able to safely enter my own home. The woman on the phone didn't even flinch. She said, "We understand, but if we allow one ramp, others may follow. The board's decision is final." I appealed it. I sent them medical documents. I got letters of support from neighbors. I offered to paint or modify the ramp. Every single effort I made was met with cold, robotic responses and escalating threats. Then came the real kicker. They sent a notice stating that if I didn't remove the ramp, they'd begin legal proceedings and place a lien on my home. A lien for a wheelchair ramp. I'm not a confrontational man anymore, but that lit a fire. I started researching the HOA bylaws. I dug through zoning permits. I went down rabbit holes of legal forms, looking for anything that would give me leverage. And then I found it. Buried in the county records was a detail even the HOA didn't know about. My house, my modest 2-bedroom 1892 built home, was historically significant. It had been standing for over 130 years. It was one of the original structures in the township, built before zoning even existed. Turns out it was used briefly as a hidden transit point during Prohibition. Even had a sealed basement room no one had touched in decades. And that, my friends, made it eligible for state historical landmark status. I contacted the Georgia Historical Society, sent them documents, blueprints, photos. A local historian even came by to verify the home's features. And within 45 days, it was official. My house was now a protected historic landmark. You know what that means? The HOA had zero authority over anything related to it, modifications, construction, or otherwise, without going through the State Historical Board. And yes, that included the ramp. But I wasn't done. I had my lawyer draft a letter outlining how the HOA's continued harassment of a disabled veteran violated the Americans with Disabilities Act, and that I was pursuing formal legal action for discrimination, emotional distress, and potential civil rights violations. Then I invited the local news. They came out, interviewed me, took footage of the ramp, the house, and my new brass landmark plaque I'd installed at the front. Right beside it, I put a second plaque that read, "In honor of veterans who fought for our freedom and the right to enter their own homes." The story aired that night. It exploded online. By morning, the HOA board was in full panic mode. They sent a letter offering to reconsider my ramp request. Then another one, this time apologizing and promising to review policies moving forward. Too little, too late. The damage was done to them. Their reputation in the community collapsed. 3 board members resigned within the month. The neighborhood held an emergency election to restructure the HOA. New rules were passed. And the new president? A neighbor who'd once been too afraid to install a wheelchair ramp for her son until she saw my story. The best part? The HOA had to cover my legal fees as part of the settlement. I never wanted to be a symbol. I never asked for a fight. I just wanted to live my life with a little dignity. But if someone puts a wall in front of you, sometimes the best way through it is to build a ramp. That ramp isn't just wood and metal. It's a reminder that power, even in the hands of the petty, is no match for persistence backed by law and purpose. They tried to shame me. They tried to scare me. They tried to break me. Instead, I turned my house into a landmark. Now, every time someone walks by and sees that ramp, they don't see a violation. They see a victory. And the HOA, they see a reminder that you never mess with a veteran, especially on his own front porch.